Today I am going to show you another preview card from the Holiday Mini. If you haven't seen the Holiday Mini yet, this is it. It is out now to customers. Mine, if you ordered from me in July or have ordered so far in August, I will be sending them on Wednesday. If you are my customer who comes to camp, you'll get yours at camp in August, or if you want to swing by my house, you're always welcome to pick one up now that I have them. So I can't show you the inside, but I am going to show you some stuff that is inside when I use it in just a second. Today I'm going to use a cute little Halloween set. Oh, I don't have any place to lay that. There, it's not going to fall off. Today it's called Trick or Tweet. It's a little play on words, and today I'm going to use this little cat. Hopefully mine don't make an appearance in my video, but they often do, so I've kind of based it off of that. It has a little chick, a little dog, and a little elephant, and a tiny little pumpkin, and then it's got some plays on words. I'm going to use the one that says "You are spooktacular." There's a party animal, a trick or tweet, a scare up a little fun, and baddie for you. And I really wish that I'd ordered the baddie punch, because I would be using that today with my card. And it would go with our cat punch that we have. It'll go with the little boxes. I have a lot of ideas, but today's just going to be a simple card. So I'm going to use this. Move that out of the way. Then I'm going to use, you can see I've got my blends here. These are some of the new colors. We've got new colors in the annual catalog. These are new colors to the Holiday Mini. I'm not going to use all of them, and in fact I didn't even get all of them that are in the Holiday Mini. This is the shaded spruce, so those are new to the Holiday Mini, so none of you have those yet unless you're a demonstrator. I am going to use one of the mangoes, so that's new in the Holiday Mini, and then red, the real red. I didn't even know we didn't have red. And Blackberry Bliss, not going to use those, although I could have, and you'll see why at the end. And then we have black. I am going to use black. The pumpkin pie, those are old colors. So I'm going to mix some new, some old. I thought about using pineapple, but I went with the mango since it was new. So if you have the pineapple, which is new in the annual catalog, you can use that. So I'm going to use the foil paper. If you saw the video I posted before this one, I used the foil paper in that in a totally different way. It's really pretty. It's black foil. So first I've got just a little piece here of, oh, I didn't get any scrap paper. I'm going to have to reach over and find some. I'm going to use my memento because that works best with the blends. And I've cut this little, I think it's 3 by 3.5. I cut it larger and then I worked it down. Memento, my little cat, and Branson has made his appearance in here. Sibby was in here earlier. So this has a little spider hanging from its tail, little mummy clothes. There are some little spider charms in the catalog too. And I've stamped a couple of these already because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with them before. So a little basket that you would trick-or-treat in. And then the saying, "You're spooktacular," is the one I went with for this card. I went back and forth, but I liked the way this looked with this. And this is fatter lines on the words, so anytime they're fatter, you can stand to press a tiny bit harder. Again, you never want to smush. So there you go. And because it's a little bit muggy here in Indiana today, the blends can bleed, so I'm going to move this out of the way and let that dry just a second longer and go ahead and do my big shot. So I'm going to run this through the big shot, just through the impressions folder, and this is not a new impressions folder. I'm going to use the Oh My Stars, which is just a regular impressions folder. Remember, the Stampin' Up goes on the top. When it's muggy and humid, sometimes it just takes us a wee bit longer for our stuff to dry. Because this isn't one of the super thick ones, it does take 2 of these. Run this through. And you want the Stampin' Up! Words to go on top, because when they're on top, then these press out, and you want the stars to press out. Isn't that pretty? You see that? Nice and pressed out. Gives it a nice little starry night look. I think this would also be pretty. My favorite stamp set last year, I think pretty much from the entire catalog. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It was the houses. Having a memory blank. Let me see if I can find some scrap paper. There we go. But the houses that cut out, I don't remember what they're called, but they would be really pretty with that. So here we go. Let's start coloring this in. I'm going to do the little pumpkins first. So I'm going to go with my mango. I almost always only use my small tips. Whoops. So I'm going to color it. I want the mango to be what glows if he was lit up. I'm going to try to color fast because nobody likes to watch me color. But I mainly just use the small tips. And I'm going to cut this out. The blends do bleed, so because I'm going to cut this out, it doesn't really matter. And it's hard for me to do this where my head's not over it, and I do wear bifocals, so I would like to take my glasses off and to be able to look right over the top, and then you would just see the top of my head, so that doesn't work. That's the light pumpkin pie, then the dark pumpkin pie. Go back with my light. I'm not going to go over the mango because I want that to stay where his mouth and eyes are. When you run the light over the top, then it blends. That's the name. So there's my little pumpkin. Okay, and then I'm going to take my cat. I'm going to attempt to color him upside down so you can see. I did base it off of my girl cat, so she's got a little bit more brown just because they're both gray and white. But, you know, if you're doing a mummy and your mummy's gray and white and your cat's gray and white, then it doesn't give you a whole lot. So I'm going to go with his ears. I'm going to start with my light. I don't even know what this is. My ivory. So I'm not working with colors that are really, this is a good one because if he bleeds a little bit, he's got some cat hair. So if you've not worked a lot with blends, this would be a good one to kind of get his paws and a little bit of his leg. Get the parts of him that aren't in his mummy. Here's a little bit of his tail, the parts that aren't wrapped up. His neck, I'm going to have to turn it around because I can't see which part is the cat when I'm looking at him upside down. And then I'll flip him back around once I've got him colored in for you. Because otherwise it all looks like, when I can't see him straight up, a little bit of his leg. So I'm just adding little dabs of color because on this, literally, there's just little bits of him poking out. Because a cat can be splotchy. I'm just splotching him on there. So I'm going to leave this here. This is the light ivory. And then I took my dark crumb cake. And on this is where I'm going to just get some blend color. I'm just going to add, you can see just some blotches. And again, because it's a cat, it isn't even like if I was coloring anything artsy. Just giving some dots here and there, and you don't want too much because it will blend. It will bleed right outside of it if you put too much color. And you do want to make sure that you're working on scrap paper because at the end you'll be able to see out. Oh, here, see, whole pumpkin on the other side. So if you're doing it on a table, this would be right on the other side of the table because it does bleed, and that will all bleed outside when you're working on these tiny little areas. So I'm going to take this, and you're going to be able to see, hopefully, it's hard on these little areas. This is where, when you put down a lot of ink, it just kind of the good thing is this won't take long because it's a cat. And cats are splotchy. So I can be splotchy with him. So I think that's mostly his parts that aren't covered up by his mummy costume. I'm going to give him a pink little nose. Her, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I'm going to call her a her because she looks more like my girl cat, Sibby. So pink nose, a little bit of pink there in her ear. She's got some spider web there the first time I colored her. See, she's bleeding outside now because I was talking and not paying attention. That's okay because we got our eraser. It's our color lifter. So look, you just erase it. You can't erase a ton though, so if you bleed out clear outside your design, it won't pick it up. But the first time I wasn't paying attention, I didn't realize that was a spider web. So a lot of times I stamp the first time on scrap. Now I'm going to start with my black. I'm going to start with my darkest color and work down because this is a tiny design. So I just want a couple of places where there will be some highlights, some dark highlights that kind of separate the different, I don't even know, they're not really ribbons, the different wraps, I guess, of the mummy stuff. So I've just put a little bit of the black. That's all I need, just a tiny little bit. Then I'm going to go with my light black and do the same thing, just a tiny, tiny little bit. Literally just a little dot, because this is going to blend. And then I'm going to get my smoky slate and go back over just, you can see I'm only using, if you used your brush tip, you would have way too much ink on these tiny little bits. But the lighter it gets, the little bit more you can add. Okay, and now I've got my lightest, I think it's my lightest smoky slate. Yeah. And now I can blend them. So these dark blacks that I have on here, you still want to keep it some white because it's dirty. Because, you know, mummies are dirty. They've wandered around in the dirt, especially kitty mummy. So kind of just blend those colors in there. Kind of hard to see doing this upside down. It was easier to do it when I did it right side up. Okay, so I've got that. Then I want it to really look like it's, here I'm going to show you before. See, he kind of looks dirty. And when I did it, because he's so tiny, see, I'll let you have a look. I wanted him to be whiter. So this is where I took my color lifter. This is kind of fun with this one. I'm going to use this, not really what it's intended for. It's really intended to take the color off if you make a mistake. But on this one, I'm just going to kind of take it through these ribbons and swirls. And get some white back in them. And it kind of gives it a nice little Halloween-y look. I don't know that there's too many other stamps that we might do this with, but it's perfect for this one. And see, I'll show you the tip of my pen. It doesn't get color on it. It's magic. I don't know where it goes. It just disappears. It stays white. It's literally taking the black off. I don't know where it goes. It's magic. So we'll just go with it's Halloween magic. There you go. So isn't she cute? I'm just going to take my snips real quick. Cut my little pumpkin out. It's another set that I don't know. I did read maybe there's 14 sets 14 bundles in this holiday catalog, and I only found one on in my thing because, you know, like I said, I didn't order with any kind of plan other than the fact that the first time I get together with the girls on my demonstrator team and I do the projects for them, we usually do maybe 8 the first time, and the first time we get together it's more fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving. We'll do like a birthday, and we maybe do one Christmas. And then the second time we get together, it's maybe one Thanksgiving and then the rest Christmas. So, but the first time we get together in August, I didn't do a very good job with that because I was talking and I didn't want to poke myself. So I was mostly going for some of the fall stuff, and I don't know, I didn't look very well. I don't know if there weren't bundles, if I just didn't get the bundles. I should have got the bat. I am placing another order this week. Partly because, like this black paper, the black foil, I'm going to have to order some more. And when you don't know, like, how much paper you need, I don't want to have a whole bunch of paper if I don't need it. The set that I'm going to use tomorrow is more of a country feel. It has some cotton in it, because, you know, cotton's kind of big right now at the craft stores. And then look at this. This is called, if you saw our unboxing, you know I liked it, the glittered organdy ribbon. Can you see it? Oh, there you can. It's literally glittered ribbon. And I'm going to show you, I know sometimes people have a hard time, let me get my ugly scrap paper gone, tying the ribbon. So here's a good way to tie it. And again, upside down, sometimes not. I do it so much easier right side up. I'm going to put it on here. So this will kind of tell me how much I need. I'm going to tie it like this. A little bit more. And again, always better to throw away a ½ inch of ribbon than to give yourself just what you need and then struggle. So if I have to throw a little bit away, I'll throw a little bit away. So I'm going to cut that. Put that there. I'm going to turn it back around because otherwise I'm going to not succeed if I try to do it upside down. Get that out of the way. Then I want my ribbon to be up here towards the top. So I'm going to pull it just a little bit so that one's a little bit longer because it's going to come down here. Here, my mailman. Okay, I'm going to pull that there, and then I'm going to hold that so that's where my ribbon is, because that's where I want my bow to be. So first I'm going to make a knot so it will hold it there. And pull the knot the direction you want your bow to go. So I want it to go straight. I don't want it to be sideways. I want it to be as straight as I can. So kind of hold it together and pull it straight. So you can see even if I let go, like it's kind of going straight. Then I'm going to fold my bow over. And again, try to hold it the direction you want it to go as much as you can. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. It's a handmade card. If we wanted perfect, we could go up to the store and pay $8 for a perfect card. And even on this, I could have been a little bit more generous with my ribbon because now it's going to be just what it needs to be. And especially because I'm doing it on camera and not straight down. But hold your ribbon the direction you want it to go as you're pulling it. And especially the organdy or any of the thicker ribbons. It's not so bad. You don't want your ribbon on designs like this to overpower your stamped image. There we go. Here come my cats, right on cue. One's crying and one's right at my feet. to straighten it out. That was kind of perfect. My other ribbon, you'll see on my finished card's a little bit bigger. There you go. So I'm going to put this down here in the corner. I'm going to use a tiny, I couldn't see my little tiny pumpkin, a tiny dimensional to put a pumpkin on the card. And I haven't finished, I didn't cut any back card off for this one. I'm going to show you why. So I'm done with those. And I'm going to put big dimensionals here. Because I'm going to finish this one maybe different than I did my first one. The girls on my team were doing some virtual swapping. We started last month doing it. We've done a few before. Put this little dish here so I threw the backs in it so they wouldn't be all over my table. And look, I'm still throwing them all over my table. I thought if I put a little dish here and maybe threw them in there that they'd stop being everywhere, but maybe not. So I have one card one way, and I thought maybe if I finished another card another way. Okay, in the holiday catalog, we have a new little tool to help you pick these up. I did not get it yet. These are our faceted dots. They're in the annual catalog. They come in Grapefruit Grove, Mint Macaron, maybe that's blackberry, and black. So I'm going to use 2 of the medium-sized. Pick up a blackberry one. And maybe a black one on this one. It's different than what I put on my other one. Because we might do this, I don't know. By the time my girls come over to stamp, I will have changed my mind countless times on what. We usually do 8 projects. I will have changed my mind a ton of times. Okay, so here's the one I finished earlier. And this one I put, you can see it's on Smoky Slate. And I like it on Smoky Slate. But I went over there and okay, you have these colors. It's colored in those colors, and it's got those colors of, so you know, I was thinking I'd put it on, I thought first maybe white, and then I thought, well, maybe I'd put it on, I don't know. I just went over to the cabinet, so look. And then there's also these jewels. So how pretty would it be with the purple? Because, you know, purple to me is kind of Halloween-ish. So look, if you go on and let me know, look how pretty this would be. Isn't that pretty? There's no purple in my card, but it just looks Halloween-ish. Doesn't that look? It's kind of hard to see when you see the whole card. Let me see if I can just get, no, it doesn't work. Isn't that pretty? And here it is on white. It just looks, it pops. Doesn't that pop? So if my card was mounted on white, I think I'm going to take pictures and put it on my girls' Facebook group and let them help me decide. Here it is on the orange. Then the little pumpkin really pops. And I know the little gem is grapefruit, but it pops. It's an orange. So there you go. I don't know. I just don't know. I thought about making the black itself smaller so I could have another additional mat, but I love this. Love it. Love it, love it. So I don't know. Don't want to lose the extra black. Just look at all these colors. It's just fun. So I liked the gray, so I went with the gray for the original card. But I don't know. And just when you think you like all those, I do like it on the white. I know Stampin' Up! Likes when we use the colors like that. And to be honest, when you photograph them for your website and stuff, it's really nice. It's so much easier when it's on a neutral color. So there you go. One more stamp. I'm going to try to do one card every day this week, preview the Holiday Mini. Thankfully, I have my August camp finished. That was my goal, to get it August camp finished before I got all this new stuff. So have a great night. Bye.